of Joseph and Elsbeth, I would like to thank all of you for being here as they celebrate the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. They have been together since Elsbeth was 15 and Joseph was 16, and I know it means a great deal to them that you can all be here to share in their happiness and to witness this important and special occasion. Joseph and Elsbeth, you have chosen to affirm your commitment and the strength of your relationship, and to offer to each other the security that comes from legally binding vows, sincerely made and faithfully kept. This place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriage, and we are here to witness the joining in matrimony of Joseph Michael Fallon and Elsbeth Grace Louise Shantanas. If any person present knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they must declare it now. Perfect silence. You've invited the right people. Joseph and Elsbeth, before you are joined in matrimony, it is my duty to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you are about to make. The law of this country allows two people to make the lifelong commitment to marriage. This legally binding union is to be entered into voluntarily and to the exclusion of all others. I am now going to ask each of you in turn to declare that you do not know of any lawful reason why you should not be married to each other. So Joseph, will you please repeat these words after me? I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare.
That I know not.
That I know not.
Of any lawful impediment. Of any lawful impediment.
Of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Joseph Michael Fallon.
Why I, Joseph Michael Fallon.
May not be joined in matrimony.
May not be joined in
matrimony.
Matrimony.
That's right. To Elsbeth Grace Louise Shantanas.
Sorry, have that again.
To Elsbeth Grace Louise Shantanas.
To Elsbeth Grace Louise Shantanas.
Well done. And now Elsbeth. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare.
That I know not.
That I know not.
Of any lawful impediment.
Of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Elsbeth Grace Louise Shantanas.
Why I, Elsbeth Grace Louise Shantanas.
May not be joined in matrimony.
May not be joined in matrimony.
To Joseph Michael Fallon.
To Joseph Michael Fallon.
Well done. Will you now turn and face each other and take each other by both hands as you call upon your guests to witness these, your formal vows of marriage. Joseph, will you say these words to Elsbeth? I call upon these persons.
I call upon these persons.
Here present to witness.
Here present to witness.
That I, Joseph Michael Fallon.
That I, Joseph Michael Fallon.
Do take thee, Elsbeth Grace Louise Shantanas. Do take thee.
Do take thee, Elsbeth Grace Louise Shantanas.
To be my lawful wedded wife.
To be my lawful wedded wife.
Well done. And Elsbeth, will you say these words to Joseph? I call upon these persons.
I call upon these persons.
Here present to witness.
Here present to witness.
That I, Elsbeth Grace Louise Shantanas.
That I, Elsbeth Grace Louise Shantanas.
Do take thee, Joseph Michael Fallon.
Do take thee, Joseph Michael Fallon.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
Congratulations, you are now formally legally married. Marriage means making a commitment to each other for the rest of your lives, to developing and maintaining affection, cooperation, friendship, and mutual respect. It calls for trust, understanding, and encouragement, the ability to listen, and a willingness to accept each other, exactly as they are. Marriage needs honesty, patience, and of course, humour. It requires both closeness and distance. The closeness of a couple who will be growing together year by year, and yet sufficient distance to allow each one to remain an individual. Partners in such a marriage will be loving, caring, and above all, the very best of friends. Joseph and Elsbeth, you have both made formal vows of marriage to each other in the presence of your guests. I ask you now to confirm your commitment to each other and to your married life together. So reply, I do, to the question. Joseph, do you promise to love, honour and respect Elsbeth, be her companion in life, best friend and soulmate, and support and care for her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Elsbeth, do you promise to love, honour and respect Joseph, be his companion in life, best friend and soulmate, and support and care for him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Lovely. I'm now going to call Jo for a reading. Do you not? I have.
If you live to 100, I want to live to 100 minus 1 day, so I never have to live without you. Piglet sidled up to Pooh from behind. Pooh, he whispered. Yes, Piglet? Nothing, said Piglet, taking Pooh's hand. I just wanted to be sure of you. We'll be friends forever, won't we, Pooh? Asked Piglet. Even longer, Pooh answered. If there's ever tomorrow when we're not together, there's something you must always remember. You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But the most important thing is, even if we're apart, I'll always be with you.
Lovely. Thank you, Jo. Beautiful. Joseph and Elsbeth, you have chosen to seal the promises you have made today by the giving and receiving of wedding rings, which will always be an outward sign of your vows of love, respect, and commitment to each other. So I'm now going to invite Louis to come forward with the rings. And take Elsbeth's first. That's it.
Grab one.
That's it, and just hold there for me now, Lou. And you're going to put that ring on her finger. Left ring, that's it, all the way on. Hold her hand and read your vows. You got your vows? You got this. Take it slow.
Might have to.
Yeah, it's fine.
Elsbeth, from the moment you came into my life, everything changed. Nearly 12 years ago, I found more than love. I found my best friend, my constant, my greatest adventure. You've seen me at my best and at my worst. You stood by me with quiet determination, loved me with open arms, and believed in me when I needed it most. With you, I found love that feels like home. We've shared so much laughter, growth, and challenges, and countless unforgettable moments. Just like the two of us, navigating the winding roads of life, no matter where we were, it always felt like our world. Drifting through Drifting through life's tightest corners, you've been the balance in my chaos, the one who steadied the wheel when things got sideways, the one who made the ride not just possible, but beautiful and thrilling. Today, in front of everyone we love, I make these promises to you. I promise to support you in every dream, to lift you when you stumble, and to stand beside you, always. I promise to keep showing up for you with honesty, gratitude, and with all of my heart. I promise to honour the quiet moments and celebrate the wild ones. I promise to treasure the life we've built and the one we're still creating. And above all, I promise to love you deeply, endlessly, and without hesitation. You are my heart, my home, and the love of my life, and I cannot wait to keep writing our story side by side. My perfect co-pilot.
Take the milk, lovely. You take that from me. Take it. Yeah. She takes it from me. That's it. Yeah. That's how it's well done. Thank you. That's it. Lovely. Put it on the left hand. That's it. Way on. Okay. That's fine. I know what I'll do. Yeah.
Joey, since the moment you walked to Netherwood Gates and met me with a cup of tea in hand, it's always been you. I vow to keep you safe, and as you do for me. I vow to get you dinner, but I can't promise I won't burn it. I vow to always love you and support you, even when you have crazy ideas on how to renovate the house or come up with outrageous money-making schemes. I promise that I will always be by your side and pick you up after a hard day. I will always try to keep a smile on your face. Thank you for sticking by me for nearly 12 years, for loving Kyra Mittens, and for all the amazing memories we share. I can't read my writing. A lot of those in Amsterdam, Cyprus, 2 of our favourite holidays. I've waited to walk down this aisle and say yes to becoming your wife for a long time. And I'm still in awe that we met each other so young and not only fell in love but became best friends so quickly. I can't quite believe this dream has come true because it took you long enough to pop the question. But here I am, not holding your hand, but holding your hand, dressed in white, soon to be Mr. and Mrs. I can't wait to start our adventure together as a married couple. I love you forever and always, Joey.
Thank you, Louis. Let these rings be a visible reminder of your promises as you enter into the days of your marriage together. Joseph and Elsbeth, nothing is easier than saying the words. Nothing is harder than living them day after day. When you reflect on today's celebration, you will see this ceremony as a milestone in your lives, a significant occasion which you can look back on with happiness and pride. Joseph and Elsbeth, you have made the declarations prescribed by law, and you have made solemn and binding marriage vows with each other in the presence of your guests, witnesses, and Liz, the Registrar of Marriages. You have sealed those vows with the giving and receiving of wedding rings, and you have given to each other a promise of a lifelong commitment. So, Joseph and Elsbeth, it now gives me the greatest pleasure to pronounce you as husband and wife, and you may kiss your beautiful bride.
I thought about getting AI to write the speech for me, but as Elsie knows only too well, I'm absolutely hopeless with modern technology. So that was never going to happen. And anyway, I don't need AI to tell me how proud I am to be here today, how thankful I am, grateful that I am able to be here welcoming you all to this wonderful occasion, the wedding of my beautiful darling daughter to her handsome husband, Joe. Now I know many of you have travelled some distances, some people have jetted in from various far-flung quarters of Europe, one person a last-minute dash across the Atlantic, lots of others have driven quite long treks across England, others of you much shorter treks, some from just round the corner. But no matter how far you've come, long or short your journeys, every single one of you is very welcome. I'm so glad that you've been able to be here. The weather doesn't decide whether we're going to have a good time. It's the people who are here, that is you, who are going to make this the wonderful occasion that it's already been. Now, we've already heard that Elsie and Joe are very much teenage sweethearts. They stole some of my best lines. And I well remember taking Elsie to a high school prom. And she was there, of course, with Joe. And they'd already been together a little while. And it's been wonderful seeing how their romance, their relationship has blossomed since that time, until we've arrived here at their wedding day. And I'm so proud and grateful to be here to witness this. Thank you. Yeah. My AI is telling me need to move on to some toasts. Well, I think the first toast should be to the parents of the groom, Geordie and Diane. Because after all, if it wasn't for you two, Elsie wouldn't have a handsome husband to be marrying today. So thanks, Geordie and Diane. Cheers to both of you, and all the best to you in the future. Thank you very much. And to the happy couple, Joe and Diane.
Elsie.
That AI's got it all right. To the happy couple, Joe and Elsie, my darling, beautiful Elsie. Cheers and yassas, as we say in Greek. And may you live happily ever after, as they say. And may you have at least as many years of happily married life as I have had with your mother, Elsie, my darling wife, Moira. Now I think I better...
That's it, wrapping up.
You rearranged it. She's rearranged the AI. I think I better wrap that bit up,
And enjoy
move on.
the rest of the festivities.
Yeah, and move on now before the cries of, should have written it on AI, get too loud, and say, let's enjoy the rest of the festivities. May not get a chance to say, have safe journeys home later on, but hope you do, and that you get a chance of spreading the word of how great an occasion it has been. And I'll hope I'll be seeing you later on the dance floor, if I'm up to it. I'm sure many people here will be. The dance floor has always been one of my favourite places, but I don't get to go on it quite so often now.
Okay.
So, enjoy the rest of the proceedings, and I'll pass you on, I think, to
Joe.
Joe.
Tough gig to trump that one. Well done, Andrew. Unlike Andrew, I've not prepared much. It's all just wrote down on my notes, so probably just going to read from that, the same as I did my vows. So nothing you're not expecting. So on behalf of me and my beautiful wife, thank you all for coming. I know a lot of you have come from far and wide, and it's very much appreciated. It's incredible for so many of our faith. Here we go, mumbling already. It's incredible to see so many faces from all walks of our lives gathered in one place to celebrate this moment with us. For those that have travelled from far and wide, your presence means the world to us. For the last 4 months, when really I should have been helping planning a wedding, I've in fact been working on my car. That was important apparently. And during that time, I feel like I've learned a lot of things that I could carry over into my marriage. I feel that what I've both learned and experienced while working on my car has prepared me for married life. You know, you find cracks in the bodywork, the bumpers start sagging, and she can be a bit temperamental at times. But like my 180, I love her. There's so many people we need to thank. To my parents, thank you for your love, your unwavering support, and for shaping me into the man I am today. And to Moira and Andrew, thank you for raising such an extraordinary woman and for welcoming me into your family with such warmth. Your love and support means everything to us. And on that note, I have got you guys some flowers. I'm going to try and handle these with one hand, so watch me stack that. This is for you, Mum. I'll pop them here. And these are for you, Moira. I'm going to walk over here and probably pop it behind you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
What's that?
Vegetarian option.
Yeah. So what you don't know is that we're serving that later. Right. To the bridal party, you all look incredible. You've turned out real proper out. No, honestly, I'm grateful for all your time and your help in preparing today. It's great to have a good group of people by our sides, supporting us and getting us through today. Now, a special thank you to my best man, Louis. I'm not going to ramble on because I've got a lot of stories, but I'm sure he'll tell you. You've always had my back, even after I nearly killed you. He'll probably tell you about that as well. And you've been my right-hand man through thick and thin, and my partner in crime. You're the brother I've never had. To Danielle, Elsie's maid of honour, thank you. You've been a constant loving presence in Elsie's life, And today, your support, both seen and unseen, did not go unnoticed. From your care to your calm to your emergency planning skills, you've helped make this day feel joyful and grounded. We are lucky to have you. There are so many of you here today that we need to thank, but to be honest, I could spend an hour here sitting thanking all of you. You've all done great by me. You've helped me out when I needed you, and I'm just glad you're here to celebrate this big day with me and Elsie. I'm incredibly lucky to have Elsie in my life, honestly. I couldn't survive without her. She keeps me grounded, and more than that, she inspires me. Elsie, there are countless things I admire about you, but today I want to try to put a few into words. I admire your strength, not loud but steady. You stand firm for the people you love, even when it's hard. I admire your heart, the way you care so deeply, how you make space for others, even when your own hands are full. Your kindness isn't just in the big gestures, but in the way you listen, remember, and show up every day. I admire your resilience. Over nearly 12 years, we faced challenges, and through them all, I've watched you meet the world with grace, humour, and quiet determination. You inspire me to be better. Fuck's sake. After nearly 12 years together, I stand here today, not just as someone who's loved you for all that time, but as someone who's more than certain than ever that I want to spend the rest of my life with you. We've grown up together, we've learned to love each other for better, we've built something. I'm cheering so bad I can't read my rhymes, fuck's sake. Sorry, that's why there's kids not in it, by the way, because I knew that was going to happen. We've built something rare and steady. When I look at you, I see only the woman I fell in love with, but the partner who's shown me what real, grounded love looks like. Yeah, cheers for that, Dan. Before I hand over the mic or get cut off, I just want to raise a glass to our families who taught us what love looks like, to our friends who stood by us through every season, and most of all, to my beautiful wife who's made my world brighter, funnier, and full of love for nearly 12 years. Here's to the memory we've made and the ones still to come, to laughter, to love, and to a lifetime of yes, even when it comes to the chores. Cheers. And I believe that's you up, Danielle.
Thank you. Does not feel fair. Hello, I'm Danielle and I'm Elsie's maid of honour, for those who don't know and probably don't care. And I have been lucky enough to know you for a very long time, both of you, for a very long time, since we were at school and through all the phases of life and all the awfulness and all the brilliantness, and we've been friends forever since, and you're stuck with me. I like to think you picked me as maid of honour because of our friendship and our bond, but it's probably because I am crazy and obsessive like you, and you shout at me and I shout at you, and you probably love me too, so hopefully. That said, I cannot imagine anyone else pulling off the most beautiful day so quickly in 6 months and remaining as calm as you have until probably, ever, because you didn't break. It was crazy. We have been friends for longer than I can remember, through all of life's changes and events, and watching you both grow up. From the start of your relationship nearly 12 years ago, 12 long years, to now has been truly magical. And seeing you here, oh my God, you've broken me today. Seeing you here together is just beautiful. You are honestly beautiful. From the start of your relationship, it was clear that you would be in it for the long run. She told me from the start she couldn't cope without you, so it's clearly worked. Joe, you are Elsie's rock, and I know fully well that we're spending the rest of time together will make sure that she is loved and cared for, and you will look after her. Elsie, we love you so much, and you know that. You are the most caring, beautiful person that I know. I hate you. And you deserve all the happiness that you could ever get. You literally care so much about everyone that is around you. And even this morning, all you cared about was everyone else but you. So before we raise a glass, Anna would like to come and read a little poem to you both, but you are so loved by everyone here, and everyone here shows that so much, but we love you so much. And Anna's going to take over before I probably blubber like a little baby, because that's all I know how to do. Don't clap me. Thank you. Just a poem for Elsie on your wedding day. You saw me in year 5, my fringe tied in 2. You then raised a brow and said, "What's going on with you?" I smiled and said, "There my giraffe is," proudly. And something in that moment of friendship spoke loudly. Your house was a haven because mine said no snacks, where M&S cookies filled all the gaps. We'd sit in your room with Patch on your bed, patting her softly on her head. Then came mittens, all fluff and all brace, and a gentleness only a cat could place. Jo then bought Kyra, she's wild and she's spry. She bit my toes once, I'm not sure why. Moo was a dear who needed you near, her special person, the one she could trust, and you certainly gave her all of the fuss. We grew in those rooms through songs and some tears, through awkward crushes and teenage years. But even when life pulled our paths apart, you never once left the map on my heart. Where am I? Oh. We talked about weddings when love felt far away, in sleepover whispers at the end of the day. But here you now stand, and it's real and it's bright, in a dress made of dreams, in a room full of light. But even in white and a ring on your hand, you're still my best friend, you still understand. So take every step with your arms open wide, with Jo by your side and the world in your stride. And if ever you need a soft place to land, it's me, Giraffe is, with cookies in hand.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Louis, and I've been made the Jo's best man for this wedding. I've been worried about giving this speech for a while now. Fortunately, last night I slept like a baby. I was up every 2 hours crying. Jo and I actually met through work. From the moment we crossed paths, I knew that I had found not just a best friend, but a brother too. We instantly clicked. Most people you meet at work will become friends, but not many of them will become somebody who you could put your full faith in and call your brother. And when I say that we are two people that seem to end up in ridiculous situations, I mean it. Today I'm going to share with you one of the funniest moments, which involved a trip to Amsterdam. I'll keep it PG, don't worry. So let me set the scene. One Friday night, we'd had too many drinks and playing games on the Nintendo Switch, which led to me ended up staying at their house because I couldn't drive home, obviously. The next morning, we were all sitting on the sofa with not much to do, and somehow ended up talking about going to the zoo. That's how bored we were. It was ridiculous. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, I had one of my ingenious ideas of, let's go to Amsterdam. And from that second, the wheels were in motion. Once we'd all looked at each other with a side eye that we knew what was happening. We arrived in Amsterdam without a hitch, and everything was going smoothly until I was run over by a cyclist after being there for an hour, which was brilliant. On the first night, which of course both Jo and Elsie found absolutely hilarious for a good few hours, can I say. We all had a great time, and on the final night of our trip, we ended up in the main park of Amsterdam, where we sat and laughed about stuff that had happened whilst we were there and the events that had happened. Everything seemed slightly funnier in the air in Amsterdam, as it had a way of making you laugh, shall we say. At around 1 a.m, I remember Elsie turning to me and Joe, saying, maybe we should check the flights for the way home, as we were landing that day tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I should add, actually. Tomorrow night. To be clear, our flight back was supposed to be in the evening the next day. Sorry, there's a lot of rattling going on. Bear in mind, we've been indulging in the Dutch culture and having drinks and partying whilst when Elsie proceeded to inform us that the flights were actually indeed at 10 a.m. We all stared at each other in disbelief for a few moments, laughing so hard we couldn't breathe, with tears streaming down all of our faces. Let's just say the flight back was absolutely comical, and we were sat there on that park bench laughing for hours, and I will never forget that moment. Honestly, the most I've ever laughed in my life. I get to see how these two really are frequently, all the time, as I should say, because I'm around there most of the time. Both are kind, funny, and the best people I know, and together they show what it means to have true love. Whilst doing my research about a best man speech, I come across some important information about marriage that I would like to pass on to you both. Elsie, would you please place your hand on the table, please? Joe, I'd like you to place your hand on the table above Elsie's. Right, I'm told this is the last time you'll have the upper hand, so make the most of it, mate.
Cheers, fella.
On behalf of the bridesmaids and myself, I would like to thank Joe and Elsie for asking us to be part of their most special day, most likely the most special day in their lives. I know you've both put a lot of hard work into getting everything ready for today, and it's amazing. Elsie, you look lovely, and Joe, you scrub up okay too. May you have a long and happy marriage that continues together with love and laughter. Please join me and raise your glasses to Mr. and Mrs. Fallon, the bride and groom. Cheers.
Okay, folks, we've got a second equally important dance to do next. It's going to be with Elsie and her father.
And Joe and his mum.
And Joe and his mum.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I said, it's alright.
Amazing, wasn't that beautiful? Ladies and gentlemen, once again let's make some noise for Mr. and Mrs. Fallon.